Hey, mister. Are you looking for someone? Mister? What are you doing? No! No! Help! Help!
You have it? Keep your voice down, idiot. Yeah, I have it. What do you have?
Lorazepam. Here, look. 24 doses, and it's popular already. It wasn't my fault! It was him! He followed us here!
Coward! Damn you, I should have known! All you ever do is run!
Selma, wait! This isn't you, it's that thing, it's still active, you know that! Selma! Selma, no!
Do you think she wanted to do that, or did she, in the moment between breaths, simply forget that she didn't? It's still active. That's what he said. Whatever happened to everyone is still happening.
We gave Pavel and Salma some basic med kits in this house so they could start up a clinic of sorts. Said they were doctors, but not what kind exactly. Is that why someone targeted them? To sabotage us? No, it doesn't explain the girl. Pavel Kulik, that was your name. You're dead because we failed to catch whoever is bringing guns in. You're dead because I failed. Now all I can do is look for your killer like I'm still a detective. But why you and the girl? What's going on? So, what about her? Salma Anderson. Park roster has the girl listed as her daughter, but doesn't say if Pavel was her husband. And now she's gone into thin air. An entire family, just like that. And I can't answer the most important question. Why? Arturo Montiel, 27 years old. Says he knows where the guns are coming from and who killed Pavel, but won't spill a word until I guarantee his safety and comfort. I'll see what I can do. Poor bastard's been sleeping under a tree.
Corporal Bodrov built defenses. Corporal Bodrov addressed the unrest. Up yours, Sarge. You got what was coming to you, and I didn't even have to do it myself.
Never paid this Arturo guy any mind. Just another shit stain with nothing to trade. Now Andropov's giving him his own tent because he found something to trade with? Me? Says he knows where the guns came from, but does he? Oh, you're in trouble, kid. September 12th. I'm stuck. Andropov is expecting me to talk, and I keep stalling him. He's been giving me food, good food, and as soon as he has my testimony, that stops. And what about the trinket salesman? Does he know? Oh God, what do I do?
There's a story about a man who sold his mouth so he could afford to eat. A victim complex is a warm and comfortable paralytic. The 4 founders. 5, actually, but one of them only left their shoes. They built Chernosk to be a Carthage of industry and progress, and invited people from all over the world to come join them. Then they had a falling out, and the rest is muddled history.
The team we sent down into the culverts report they have found a number of machines and electronic devices that could be salvaged, along with spools of copper wire and extra fuses. Perhaps we can finally boost the radio signal and reach someone.
People are disappearing. Too many to ignore, too quietly to have left. The soldiers say they haven't seen anything, but what if it's connected to the deaths? Darwaza, Pavel, the girl. Everything's coming apart and there's something I'm not seeing.
They hate us. When we first came marching in, I think most of them were relieved. Then we had to stockpile the food so we could ration it. Then we had to crack down on dissent before it could take root. Now, they hate us. And who could blame them?
When there was still some semblance of order, his platoon was assigned to a roadblock on the Chernosk highway. The evacuation was to be orderly. As the lines grew longer, panic became anger. The cars are still there, a memorial to the greater good.
Drugs and weapons. Pills, needles, powders, uppers, downers, sheaves and switchblades. We've been confiscating this stuff for a long time now, but more of it keeps finding its way in. I can't help but wonder if there's a central supplier. She fell from here. But what was she doing here in the first place? The hole is clearly visible. She wouldn't be playing so close to it. Was she pushed? Somebody said they heard several screams. But who would do such a thing? You had a lot of enemies here, people who hated you. Maybe I did too, but now I'm just sorry it had to end this way. It was one of mine who shot you, I don't doubt it. So I'm sorry, Sergeant, for that, if nothing else. I feel like I'm on the verge of understanding, but that might just be wishful thinking. I should take stock of the evidence. So much death. Darwaza was shot by a civilian, I'm sure of it. Had nothing to do with Pavel, but the guns are the exact same model, a military model. But why supply the civilians? Unless that was never the intention, then who could trade for them? They call me liaison. Tells me I'm important for the relations here between them and my people. My people. Drafted most of my officers too. Sold them some story about restoring order. I really thought we had something here.
It's a powerful compulsion, the why. These are the questions that drove Andropov on, even more so than the who. Why would someone want to hurt us? Why these people? Why now? Why am I the only one who cares?
With absolute certainty it was him. Would know that voice anywhere. Why the girl? Can't have been intentional, no motive. Salma's girl. Rio's girl. Salma here and Rio? Confusing. No sign of the effects. Must have a plan. Marius Grigori, lead engineer, Atlas Park Quadrant, inventor of the MT-16 Bogatyr system, level 4 clearance. That is Pavel and Salma, sure of it. And the child, Salma's daughter? Her name, Joy? Impressive to have made it here. But why? Were they informed about the park? No longer sure about staff integrity. Can't risk it. My responsibility.
Chernosk never participated in international sports or fostered any celebrities, because it was built with private money, populated by invitation. Tucked away at the foot of the mountains, Chernosk never made more noise than it had to.
Be advised. Systems operation compromised. Security lockdown protocol in effect.
He's okay. I've never used a gun before. I'm sure I just grazed him. He'll be okay. Do I go back? No, I can't. Nothing's there for me. Nothing at all. Oh, Joyce.
Have you ever seen doors like these in sewers? Looks more like a prison or a bunker to me. In fact, I'm not sure these are sewers at all. They don't smell right. There should be a moist stench, but these tunnels smell like burnt copper? Oh, come on. Who built this place? This thing's busted pretty bad. Patching it up might release the magnetic clamp locks on those heavy doors. But where could we find a Band-Aid?
Four quadrant centers, 8 service stations, 12 switches, cables. Chernoskan anthill. Entire system connected. Deadman switches triggered. Accessible from here.
He was always older than his years, always fascinated with the connections between things. There's poetry in instruction manuals, and art in electric circuits. He built his own dynamo at the age of 12, then set out to connect it to something. This is strange, but it seems somehow relevant, don't you agree? I think it's out of order, which should hardly surprise us. Like a soda machine when you're really thirsty. Well, let's see if we can't find a way to get it fixed.
Can disable grid, disassemble device. Simple process, if undesirable. No choice. Military, opening wrong doors, system at stake. Can't raise head office on radio or the mountains. Alone. My decision.
Mom has been arguing with Pavel a lot, but she won't say why. She won't tell me where Mommy is either, but I heard her say Mommy's name yesterday. She was crying. I want to watch the stars, but it's always cloudy.
Movement in the sewers. Multiple signatures. Military personnel must be. Breached automatic lockdown. Threat to security. Surveillance. Emitter. Emergency action required. But response team no longer available. On me then. No choice really. Emitter, a threat. Must disable power grid first. Bright side, Salma will have a chance. Last little mercy. At the spark quadrant, dark. Chernosk, safe. Project discontinued. NATO hide emitter component. Finish the job. Code 2044. Must remember.
This installation was his pride and joy. He stayed at his post through the storm and kept the machines running and the data ticking. And then he shut it all down to save us from it, and it from us. I wonder what it feels like to amputate your own sense of purpose.
guy! How are you doing in there? What's that? The bucket is full. Well, balance it on your head for 5 minutes and I'll give you a new one. You know, when the Sarge told me to address the unrest, I thought it would be the worst assignment ever.
An underground gulag. There are scratch marks on the bars,